Hi, this is Ed Duclos, South Windsor School District Tech Content Coach. And today what we're going to do is we're going to look at utilizing some of these apps and some of these tools and putting it together for a classroom activity. Today's activity will be a fishbowl activity where we have a small group in the inner circle, and then on the outside, we have the rest of the members of the class, and they remain silent. They can just observe. The discussion happens inside the fishbowl, and outside, they're observing. So we want to hold the students outside the fishbowl accountable, and so we're going to have them be taking notes, chiming in with silent comments, if you will. All right, so let's see how we get that set up. First, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Google Drive, and we're going to create, you can go into the folder that you want, but what we're going to do is we're going to create a Google Doc. One of the things that we want to do when utilizing Google Classroom is to actually create the document ourselves. So first, this will be Fishbowl, activity, and then what we can do is we can give it the date as well. So we'll go to 10/17. All right, so that's very simple, and we're set up, get our title set up as well. Now, let's say, for instance, I have 5 students that will be inside the fishbowl, and we'll have 15 that will be outside. With a typical fishbowl, you could be rotating members, but for our purposes today, we'll just keep the 5 inside consistent, and the 15 outside will not be switching in. All right, so at this point, let's go to table, and let's insert a table. And we're going to have 2 rows, and we will have 15 students. So let's create a box for each of the students, and we drop that in. Now, actually, let's go ahead and go back on that. We'll go and we'll get it set up as well. So we're going to go ahead and create, and we're going to create it for 17, so 2 extra, and I'll show you the reason why in just a minute. And we're ready to go. First, we're going to have name here, and then we're going to have a comment here. And then we're going to have a teacher, so we'll have the teacher here, and then we're going to have a sample comment. Okay, so the teacher, I would suggest, goes ahead and puts in a sample comment. Here I have great comment by Joey. Hadn't thought about how the character was negative. Always saw him as the good guy. Just something to lead your students, I think. I might make this a little bit shorter because I don't want them typing through the whole thing. I want short little things, so maybe this would be a dot form. But for our purposes, you see what we're doing. Now, this right here, this document is going to be shared out. The reason why I did a table is if I just shared out a blank document, everybody would go for the upper left-hand corner and start typing, and we'd have mass chaos. So here, I could actually put in the name of the student if I want, but I want to save myself time. So basically, the students are going to know that when they get this and they want to make a comment, they're going to go in and they're going to grab a row that no one else has typed on, and that becomes their box. Now, what do I do with this? All right, so I can close this out, and then I want to go and I want to open up my Google Classroom. And this is what we're going to do right off the bat. We're going to create the assignment. And again, my encouragement is to create the assignment and then send it out to your class. So here we go, we create the assignment, and I title it and I give it directions. First, I keep my titles short, so this is just going to be Fishbowl activity, and then it's going to be the date once again. And the reason why I keep it short is because when I create a copy for each student, it's going to have this title and then their name afterwards. Here I can type to my heart's content. I put in the due date. It's going to be in class, so I could put the due date there. I would encourage using this. This could be a whole new topic for classroom discussions. But here's what I want to show you. We're going to go to Drive, and because we created it, it'll be the most recent one. I click on it and I add it. And now it's really important to understand, I do not make a copy for each student. I just have that middle one. Students can edit file. Now what that simply means is there's one document and all students are now going to populate that one document. Okay, this is not set up for each individual. And then I assign it. All right. Now, the activity takes place and they're going back and forth and everything along those lines. So normally what I would be doing, I'd be sitting well outside the fishbowl observing and taking notes myself. Who said what? How long did they speak? All that kind of stuff. Well, I don't need to focus on outside the fishbowl right now. Okay, here's the document I'm going to get back. I'll take a document that I use with another group. You can see I did the exact same thing. I set up the columns, I had an example from me, and then I had all the other teachers come in and they just picked a row and off they went. Here's the nice thing about this for me as a teacher now. I can go into File, I can go see revision history, and immediately look what pops up. I can see that I created it, and then others chimed in on the date that we were using it. The very nice feature about revision history is right down here. Show more detailed revisions. And what I can see almost a minute by minute or every 5 minutes or whatever, I can see when students, in this case teachers, chimed in, and then I can actually go and I can click on it and I can see the comment that was made when I come down and find the correct color. Oops, I'm going to be right over here. And the color's right there, so just the addition. This is a real nice way for me to hold students accountable, and also I can grade their work in class. Again, that was revision history. So here's how we utilize, well, actually, what did we do? We did Google Classroom, we did Google Docs. I think it's a real nice activity to do in class with class discussion. Doesn't have to be with a fishbowl. I'm sure you can come up with other uses as well. Hopefully this has been helpful. Let me know what I can do to help. Have yourselves a great day.